All right, guys, welcome to part 2, round 2, front 9 of the Belch'n Turkey Happy Sweet 16 to Chattanooga's premier event. We've got Joey, myself, and
Snappy Cole,
along with Mr. Danny Parkins and Alden Harris here on the lead card. Me and Snappy on the commentary, heading into hole number 1.
Hole 1 is downhill. They have moved the tee box a little shorter than previous years. You can actually see the basket. 374 feet feels about right. The only issue with this hole is height control. If you beeline it at the basket on a really direct line, there's potential of going long out of bounds.
Yeah, you basically just want to have it just eyes are in and keep it pretty straightforward. I mean, the sidearm is a viable play, but that tree on the left side is the obstacle with that. So here goes Joey throwing that hyzer.
That thick, luscious red beard.
Yeah. He works hard on it.
That'll work.
Yep, good shot. Just going a little long, but, looking back uphill instead of more of a death putt.
Got
Who is this guy?
Idris on the tee with some blue thing. What is that?
That is an H3 V2, one of the new hybrids that Prodigy came out with this year. Tons of glide. I just really like throwing them. Really controllable. I left it a little short. It came out a little early.
That's some other guy over there, is it?
Yeah, I know this guy.
Big bald spot on the back of his head.
Looking good.
Throwing a Millennium QOLF.
Very nice. A little wider there.
Big spike hyzer.
Another good shot. Stuck it. There's old Danny Parkins. Danny and I used to battle that out all the time in advance, so it was good to see him.
Danny and Joey are actually Tennessee State doubles champions this year.
Oh, very nice.
Me
Fun
and
facts.
Dylan were
I like that.
third or something.
Those are always fun tournaments.
Alden Harris, man, this kid has got game. I was super impressed the whole
So
time.
smooth.
He bombs the disc.
Yeah. As he comes up short, which will not happen a lot.
But for real, dude, this guy is an up-and-comer. I expect to see a lot of him in the very near future.
Yep, another Prodigy-sponsored player. We're definitely lucky to have him. He's in the Woodstock area.
A little low.
Yeah, it actually felt good out of my hand, and it just dropped like a lead balloon.
A lead balloon. Joey making good.
Starting his round right. Looks focused, looks in the zone. He's definitely used to these tight battles here in Chattanooga as Danny picks up a nice birdie himself.
Rocking my Pokemon Mini today. Pulling the Power of Mew in.
That is a nice mini. I looked down at one point during the round. Admired. Holographic, right? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Very nice. Very nice. Alden cleaning up his par after your birdie. I jog on over to take my par. And there we go. That is hole number 1, and we are off.
Hole number 2. It's got a tricky low ceiling. Pretty straightforward. Just up that big old hill. Favors a sidearm. But whenever you throw the sidearm, if it skips, it could roll down the hill.
Right. Yeah, the sidearm's a good play just because of the reverse skip. A little counter towards the basket. You basically just want to beeline it right at one of those trees, a little bit short of the basket. You can see those two little trees there on the right side. If you hit right there on the left side of them and skip towards the bucket.
Joey is so good. He just throws a sidearm right at the basket.
That line is good. Right at the basket. Not a ton of skip. Hops right on over it. Over the base there.
Trying to get down real low because throwing the backhand up this hill.
Maybe a little lower.
Yeah, I should have squatted lower.
Yeah. At least you're right in the middle.
Yeah, that could have been worse.
Danny a little wide on the sidearm. Hits the tree. And there's a little path down there. There's like a little flat spot that keeps you from going all the way down the hill. I went a little low.
It's easy to do. It's pretty steep.
It's not bad. Maybe circle's edge a little bit outside. I'm just piping a backhand up there.
Needs a little skip, and he gets it.
There you go. Look at that. You don't need to throw a sidearm to get the counter skip.
You don't. I'm going to throw my AVR up there. Just not try to get too cute. Just get up and down.
Yeah, this one, if you do anything silly, I mean, there's always just the chance of a roll away that you just don't want to take. Long look here, looking to get myself going on the putting green here. That's kind of where I like to live.
Oh.
Just catch the top.
Bummer.
Yes, big bummer.
I
actually thought it was in out of my hand again. But
yeah, if it bounces off those nubs differently, it could have went in. I love it when they stay in the chains like that.
Boop. Pull it right back out. There's Alden for his birdie. Converts. So I will be left alone as the only person not to have a birdie.
No, I didn't get one either. I hit that first tree, remember? So did Danny.
I just mean for the round.
Oh, for the whole round.
The whole round.
Oh.
All 2 holes. Oh.
Danny's not thirsty anymore. Leave that for somebody else.
Hey, no littering.
Parkins.
Parkins, pick it up. Danny rocking the fade bag. Don't see a lot of fade bags. And thanks to Colton for waiting on me. I had to use the little boys' room.
There's really nowhere good to hide and do that.
No.
All right, this hole, hole 3.
Don't throw your disc this way.
Yeah, most people are going to throw a super wide hyzer with a flick over these people's heads.
Yeah.
Just this one little clustery tree to deal with at the end.
Up on this flat spot over to the left, there used to be bathrooms, which prevented that sidearm shot, and you had to play like a right-hand hyzer down like that crowded gap in those trees. But
I can't believe I used to birdie it going down that little fairway.
that's a tough
hard.
shot.
Yeah.
It is a really tough shot. So Joey goes just a little deep.
Yeah.
And doesn't get the roll
I
back.
tried to roll back in.
But he should have a decent look at his circle 3. Alden throwing his sidearm.
Just a bit low.
Yeah.
Looked like he was scared. Joey scared him there.
Yeah, that's it.
Going with that QOLF again.
Nice. Wide.
Shout out to my friend Nick from Florida giving me that thing.
Spikes right in there. That's just what you want to do. You just want to get it to spike right in there and let the disc do the work. Not throw it too deep or anything. Danny catches an early tree there.
I forgot about that.
Yeah. Throwing the old trusty A2. I felt like I got it too flat, which I kind of did, but I got lucky.
That was cool.
I grinding the staircase there.
Yeah, grinding the OB line.
Oh, Danny, I forgot about that too.
Yeah.
Danny almost throws it in for 2. Really nice shot. Alden pitches up.
That's a good touch there.
Yep.
Riding the hill down.
Joey for his circle 3. Got it. 3P.
He's wearing short sleeves, but it was not that warm.
No, I shed 1 layer, but that was it. Got my birdie. I'm no longer alone on the birdie train. Danny cleans up his par. Alden will likely do the same.
Yep.
And here's Snappy cleaning up his birdie as we are tied at 8 down with Danny and Alden 1 stroke behind us and Joey 2 ahead.
Moving into hole 4, 250 feet. Pretty steep uphill. Probably plays more like 330 or 340.
Yeah, it plays a long way for sure.
Yeah, I think the best line is just straight up the middle with a high-speed driver. Not playing much fade or anything. Just going straight up the hill, right at the basket.
Yeah, this is not a hole that I favor, but
These trees have been getting bigger and bigger. I've been throwing a rock forever, and now I can't throw the hyzer with the rock. I'm trying to throw a flippier one and just flip it over a little too much.
rides the hill just a little bit over to the right. And I basically did the same thing. I just threw a flippy disc that flipped too much, too early.
Yeah, it's easier to control the angle with a flippier disc uphill, but sometimes you just need to throw the stable one and give it a little bit of Anheuser.
Or just do this. This'll work.
Yeah, Pro Destroyer. Who throws those things? Apparently
That
Joey.
line. Yep. Right inside of the tree. And that's just, I mean, doesn't get much better than that, really. I'm basically going with the same shot, just a little bit more left as he hits the concrete.
Yeah, that could have been terrible, skip and roll, but that's ended up right inside the circle, looking for an easy birdie.
Another great shot.
Danny going a little bit nose up.
Yeah,
Gonna come up a bit short. That's a big old jump putt.
Yeah, it's just a lot of effort there.
You gave it a good bid. Drew some metal out of it.
Yeah, I was happy that didn't skip off the picnic table too far. So we got Danny here with a stepper. I actually don't see Danny step very often. He usually jumps. Goes a little high.
Switched over to my flippier putter for this uphill putt. Probably should have stayed with the stable one though, because it just never hooked up.
Ah, yeah, stayed right there on that right side.
I read it right and just tried to compensate with the disc instead of just throwing it in there.
Yeah, it's a good bid. I mean,
Nice.
Outside
birdie
the
by
circle
Alden.
ones are always bonus. Yeah, great birdie from Alden. Danny cleaning up on the elevated basket. Joey cleaning up the great birdie there. And a good start for Joey. He's got 3 of the first 4, which, I mean, when you got a lead.
Almost fell forward there. Like, that'd be a good way to start the round with a falling putt.
Man, there you go. Yeah. Hole 5, a nice little dump sidearm. Right down the middle here. And just basically just throw something at that back line of trees and just let it fall towards
Snappy
the bucket.
likes the backhand here. Go with a Billy Crump reference on every video. Anything works. Just pick your favorite shot. Pretty short birdie hole here. All these guys should have no problem with it.
Joey with the old Berg. -3 glide.
Yeah, catching those limbs, but that's not the worst thing for him.
I'm just going to go over the top.
I always did that. Every year for years and years, that was the shot.
I've actually never seen that work out as well.
I think the trees
as it did for him.
They grew so much like over the last 3 or 4 years. It just doesn't look good anymore. It's not visually appealing.
Yeah, I mean he is parked, so it was definitely a great shot. And Snappy does like the backhand.
Take one of my putting putters and just put a little Anheuser on it.
Stop short of the sidewalk there. That's basically the only. It is the only danger here. If you go a little bit too long.
A2.
A2, yep.
Yeah, almost acing it.
Yep, flashing right in front of the bucket. As Danny goes with the sidearm as well. And it filters a little too far there. Looked like it was going to filter towards the bucket.
I wish I was a little bit more familiar with the MVP lineup. Because they don't have a whole bunch of stable mid-ranges. I would know what that is.
Oh, no!
That was the dirtiest spit out I've seen in quite a while.
I mean, just...
Turns it straight up and down, and the chain pushes it right out.
I think I had gotten the word nice out of my mouth.
Me too. Like nice putt.
Nice putt.
Oh, man. There's nothing you can do about that.
Nope. Nice putt from you there.
The power of Mew.
Not short by any means.
Joey taking the bird.
Hitting corner pocket there.
A bird with the berg.
Bergie. Nice putt from Alden. After that huge spike hyzer.
Tapping that bad boy in.
Grab one as well.
All right, so
it should have been a star frame, really.
yeah,
But a little spit out prevents.
got chain starred.
Hole number 6 is another one for those that have good power. Just getting it uphill here.
Yeah, that 309 turns into 330 pretty quick with this elevation.
Used to be a tree where that stump is. It is no longer there.
But that stump that's a really good gauge. It's
Yeah.
the basket's pretty much straight in line with the stump off the tee. So throw your favorite hyzer driver up there, and hopefully you don't go long OB.
Joey threw this one a little bit inside.
But it's all good.
But he's getting a look. Avoids the OB parking lot over there.
Yeah, he was
I feel like
worried.
he was worried, yeah.
He was a little bit more left than his plan.
Alden just pipes it.
Oh, yeah.
Just a freaking awesome shot.
That's valid.
That, I was about to say. That line, we need it. Because it was pure.
You know, when you say somebody parked a hole, like, if you say it's handicap parking, is that insensitive? Like, because that's really close. That's even closer parking.
It might, yeah. I don't know. We'll defer to the defer to the masses.
Katie didn't like it, so. I was actually talking to Billy Heath. He was sitting on the bench behind me, and I'd watched a couple players on the previous card go long OB, so
just down a little bit.
I was like, oh, what's it going to be, T-Bird or Eagle? He's like, that Eagle's pretty. I'm like, yeah, it is. I guess I'll throw that.
A little short.
A little short.
I went with an X3. I was trying to turn it over, but I did not. I just threw it up. Straight up and down. So I'll be pretty well short. Left with a long jumper. Danny looked like he was trying to flip something up that just didn't quite get up.
Yeah. It's hard to hyzer flip something uphill.
Ew.
Catch a little metal.
That was close.
Good looking bid.
Danny just a little low. And this was gorgeous.
In there.
Just beautiful. Those are fun to watch when you're throwing them.
Yeah, I'm glad I finally learned how to spin putt. It only took 15 years, but now sometimes they go straight in the basket out of my hand.
Just a nice putt there. And those are great to get earlier in the round. I mean, it keeps you close there with Joey.
Yeah, he's not making any mistakes. I mean, how do you catch a guy that doesn't mess up?
Yeah. So Joey also birdies the hole. Keep yourself within 3 there. Obviously, a lot of golf to play. Alden, I mean, just absolute tapper. That's probably one of the best drives I've seen on that hole. I mean, for me, it seems a lot harder just because it's so far uphill.
This is when I started getting worried about Alden. Like, oh no, dude. Like,
yeah,
probably not going to catch Joey. He's playing good today. So now I just gotta like fend off him. Like, He's
Yeah.
parking everything like he lives here.
Right. Yeah, he's coming from Georgia, acting like a local up here.
All right, another little change on this hole. Hole 7, I like it. That's not really forcing that early gap anymore. Now it turns it into just a sidearm or a putter shot. Pretty straightforward birdie hole again.
Yeah, obviously, a lot of trees to miss up here, but it's nothing inaccessible or anything. I mean, if you throw a good shot, you're usually going to have a good look at it.
There's that sidearm play looking real good. A little hot.
A little deep.
But he catches a tree. No big deal.
Alden sticking with the backhand. Obviously smooth and comfortable with that. Doesn't quite get over.
But he catches the tree to save him.
And he'll have a good look at it for sure.
Should have went with a flippier putter, but
yeah, that didn't quite get over either.
I got lucky to catch that tree as well. That would have definitely been down close to the road.
I'm trying to follow Joey here with the sidearm and just leave it flat instead of throwing it out wide. Yeah, it's more like it right there.
That will definitely work with that little
With
roll.
the roll.
Yeah.
Good shot from Danny there.
Man, I played with him a lot more frequently, like I want to say like 7 or 8 years ago. And now, like, just seeing the way his game has changed so much, like he's super consistent and smooth these days.
That one was kind of like yours on, what was it, hole 4, where it didn't fade over. That's kind of what mine did there. Yeah, Danny, like I said, it hasn't been that long, 7 or 8 years for me, but yeah, we used to play together a lot, and it's good to see him again. And
yeah, good to see both of you guys jumping up and playing open these days and growing the field.
There's Joey with a nice putt for his birdie. And,
oh, no.
Alden with his first mistake of the round, really. Danny watches that one all the way in. Make sure it sticks. Yeah, it was definitely cool. This was a huge field, a field of really good players at the Turkey, and it was definitely an honor to be playing with the big boys up top. After this hole, Colton made fun of me. He said I've been putting last a lot. And I said, yeah, I haven't been getting myself birdie looks. I've just been having to jump putt right next to the basket.
All right, hole 8, 340 feet. This hole is pretty cool. It's right around the bay area here. Got a hyzer out over the road. Try and hit that sign or go just over the sign, and hopefully it starts to fall backwards down the hill into this green area, because that hill gives no skips. It is super grabby. It's just that's a tough green to reach.
I didn't get to practice this year, but in practice last year, I actually tried to throw a forehand roller and actually got over there. It just rode the hill.
That's cool.
I just probably not consistent enough. Joey, a little early release there.
Speaking of forehand rollers, if you catch the chase card on Howard Disc Golf, Dylan threw a similar shot to Joey there and threw a forehand roller.
Oh, wow.
All the way around the hill.
Jeez.
And saved his par. It's pretty gnarly.
Oh, man.
He even went a little bit long, had to hit a 40-footer.
It's crazy. That man is good. Danny throws a good shot.
I'm just trying to throw this thing as high as I can so that maybe it falls backwards.
If I remember correctly, you were convinced.
I was convinced
you
I had
didn't
no
have a putt.
I thought I was going to be right behind that big one.
But nonetheless, a good shot. I mean, anything around that corner. And I just did. Just a little early.
There's a couple little zones right there on the corner, though. They're not that bad, though. Get a little Annie putter flick in there.
Alden shedding layers. Throwing bombs.
Yeah, that's more of the height I was looking for, but it was a little wide. Just knifes right into the ground.
There's Joey. You can see
You
the
can
window.
see that line. It's a really tiny line.
He just lets go a little early. And ends up a little short. I actually decided to putt with an A2 so that it would come back faster.
Right.
Instead of just holding over.
Joey needs this to make par. Just off the cage.
Bummer. It looks good. Right line. Just a little low.
And that was my Dumb and Dumber moment. You telling me there's a chance?
Yeah, definitely the first mistake Joey's made. Kind of the window opening for the first time. He'd been playing super solid up to this point. I mean, six down on the round through 8 is pretty darn good. Alden goes a little over the top there for his birdie look. And Ewan did have a putt.
I made sure to take my time lining that one up. I walked all the way, stepped it off, checked halfway in between, looked in between those trees for a minute.
Just a nice putt and another pure look at the bucket there. And I did not want to take a bogey. Left my upshot a little short.
Spin back.
Spin back.
And I got one.
Where did that audio come from? I like it.
Spin back.
Is that your voice? That is Colton.
And I commented to Colton. I said, I finally didn't have to putt last on this hole. Dana cleaning up for par. So Joey, the only bogey.
Maybe
and
he'll
Snappy
put
with the
back
birdie. Hole 9. This is a shorter uphill shot at 231 feet. This is another pick your shot. Nothing is in the way. There's just a hill behind the basket. Just throw a hyzer back in or a hyzer sidearm. If you like thumbers and tomahawks, I mean, whatever you're feeling.
Yeah, I like going straight at it. Whatever you can do to read the wind and place your disc 231 feet away from you.
Yeah. Yeah, the only trouble is it's kind of a blind shot.
It's always kind of breezy one way or the other where it's going to lift your disc or pull it or... I've become a huge fan of these JK AVRs, though. They take the wind well. You can put them in, throw them. I just haven't found one to replace my flippy KC AVRs yet.
Danny leaving it a little short. Skips off to the left there. I'm going with the A2 again. You can't putt with it, but like you were saying about the JKs, I love the A2. It's just a great utility disc.
I remember you were pretty upset with that one out of your hand, but it's we got up there and it was way closer.
Yeah, I thought it was over.
It just looked bad. It was a really good shot.
Alden throwing that same shot that he threw a spike hyzer with over the trees on the... I can't remember if he said it was an X1 or an H1. He said he loved it. It was just easy to throw big hyzer shots with that just spike into the ground. Joey making it look easy with the sidearm there. Nice and smooth, as he tends to do. Danny a little low.
Looks like he kind of rushed it. Didn't go through the full routine.
I had a little bit of a headwind here. Trying to read it. And a good catch. Just a good, nice catch.
A little bit weak side, but it stays.
Yeah, all the grief that chain stars get about getting spit outs on the pole, they actually catch pretty nice on the left side.
Alden making good.
Good put there. He continues, gets back on On track there.
He's freaking out.
Danny.
Scared of these chain stars.
Yeah, now after that brutal spit out, he is weary.
It doesn't leave your head for the rest of the day when that happens.
Yeah. So that does it for part 1. That is 9 holes down. We got a battle brewing here between Joey and Snappy. Alden kind of lurking there as well. This is on Tennessee Disc Golf. Be sure to catch part 2 as we head to the back 9. We'll see you there.